Welcome back to The Break Show. I'm Valencia, your host, the Stay Learning Girl, and this is Experiment 2 with Claude Fable 5. Quick context before we jump in. Fable 5 is part of Claude's model lineup, a newer model built to handle big multi-step builds. Last time, I simply structured a prompt with purpose, context, verification, and got back a side-by-side interactive tutorial walkthrough. For Experiment 2, I wanted it to build me an activity that I could run in a breakout room, the kind of thing that makes a virtual learning genuinely collaborative, instead of a basic scenario discussion. I call it a multiplayer virtual learning experience. I gave it characters, a plot, we built a world, and married that to learning objectives and success measures and a practical example. A new hire program activity in a breakout room. But this time, the breakout time would make each learner accountable for acquiring the information together in order to get through the session. I didn't storyboard it. I described it in as much detail as I could, drawing on my own narrative design background and my learning design experience about what it actually takes to make an interactive training for a live audience. Then I handed that concept to Fable 5 and hit go. I had no idea what I was about to see. Let's find out together. Experiment 2. Here we go. Hello, it's the Stay Learning Girl. I'm challenging Fable to create a reusable onboarding game built around narrative design. Learners will work together aboard a cruise ship where each deck represents a different onboarding topic like cybersecurity, benefits, learning and development, company policies, history, etc. Teams will take on different roles, collaborate to solve challenges, unlock new areas of the ship, and gather the information they need before time runs out. So as you can see, I planted in my prompt. So I love this because I don't know what's going to happen, people, but we're going to see. Okay, let's see the visuals. Look at her. She's cute. Okay. Report for duty. Crew. Every team runs on clear roles. Choose a team name. And so they get to add their name. They're on a virtual session, so they're all in the same site, and they designate who's going to play what role. So the crew manifest is frozen, and I can't register a single new hire until you prove you know how HR works around here. Who to call, what to file. And this is the navigator. And then we have our Leroy is going to facilitate. Communicator. Discuss what is one question about the workplace. So they're working through these with time. So they have some stakes. And they know that other groups are working in separate rooms on the same project, trying to get to all of the decks. So as you can see, it has that same flow. And you have people in different break rooms working together to uncover these different areas that they need to be oriented on. So I got through all the ship's steps and I can even look at it. Okay, so I'm pretty pleased with what happened here. I asked it to create an entire narrative learning experience for new hire onboarding, complete with player roles, a mission, a collaborative problem solving, and a visual journey through a ship. It generated a working concept with a timer, crew assignments, a ship map, progression tracking, facilitator resources, job aids, and even a designer content kit, so someone could customize this for their own organization. Now, as an instructional designer, I wouldn't consider this finished. Sometimes you need that first level built from the ground up to even know whether these activities split across a session or run as one full practice. So to close today's show, I wanted to finish with a book review, and the book of this episode is The Instructional Design Handbook by Tim Slade, who really slayed this book. And so some things that I will point out right away, as he has a legend on the backside to explain how it's built. It's quite a sturdy book, so I wonder, how am I going to get through this? But once you open it up, not only are that I got the nice signature, and then there's some goodies inside with his certification program and an online course. But this is a true handbook because you can have this very similar to that interactive tutorial that we built in Fable 5 Experiment 1. You can have this side by side, where if you're in that phase of development, read through this. He's got journaling pages. He's got QR codes with extended resources. He even had pictures of what documents would look like. So whether you are a new designer or an advanced designer and just really challenging yourself on where you are weak in your workflow of learning production, this is a nice side-by-side. So if you want a great side-by-side with your process, it's so much different than just reading theory. We're practitioners, and we know when the rubber hits the road and whether it was practical, what we were applying, and where we had challenges. So you want to fix the flow, I highly recommend that you know how the flow works. And so this is a book that is definitely going to do just that, and highly endorsed by Michael Allen, a stalwart in the industry of instructional design. I have one of his books on my shelf, my new bookshelf over there. It's a side-by-side, will really help you to build and refresh your skills in instructional design. So without any further ado, thanks for taking a break with me. Remember to stay in the game. There's no better tool than staying learning. See you next show.